Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Roll the Dice Fantasy Podcast. Hope the week is going well as we trek on toward week 11. Another slate of games. I guess we should start with all the injury news that
Yeah, I
popped
was
up
gonna
today out
say,
of
you're saying
nowhere.
hope the week is going well. I mean, up until today, you're texting me,
Oh, I'm
don't
depressed. Dude, I was
fancy,
depressed
don't
before,
do
but then I
it.
was like analyzing it more and I was like, it's not that bad. But yeah, it was like the apocalypse. Like I kept seeing all these tweets. I guess I'll just roll through Schefter's Twitter. Edwards-Helaire didn't practice today due to an illness. T. Higgins was held out of practice due to an illness. Alvin Kamara did not practice due to a foot injury. Devontae Adams did not practice due to an ankle injury. DeAndre Swift has a concussion, which I was really sad about. I think that's it. But I mean, those are big names. I know with Kamara, it's the same injury that held him out leading up to the Bucks game. They like limited him, and then he ended up fully practicing on that Friday. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I guess with all those guys, just gotta wait till tomorrow.
Yeah,
Wait for a couple.
CMC also. I think he's been declared out for
He was
Sunday.
out. Yeah, he's ruled out already. But yeah, I mean, some 2020
And you have
continues.
well, it's brutal because you have like half those guys.
Oh yeah, James Robinson's questionable. He's a shoulder thing, but he's at least he's practicing. Um, but I have Kamara handcuffed with Murray, so God forbid I just put Murray in. But Swift hurts, man, because I've been talking up Swift, since I picked him up, and finally has the good game, and then picks up
Brutal.
the concussion. Might have happened in practice, or it could have been like delayed because they didn't say anything coming out of the game Sunday. Like he seemed fine, but it is what it is. It's the
We
nature of the
shall
beast.
see. Interesting, and the week's not over yet, so.
Nah, I got one more chance tomorrow for all these guys to get out there in somewhat of a fashion, so we'll see. But moving forward, this is the Week 11 preview. My rankings are up on the site, so you can check those out whenever. We'll quickly breeze through the game tonight. We got some huge parlays and
Some thick, juicy bets, baby.
juicy bets. Liam's got the Hawks covering 5.5, minus 5.5.
Ride or die, baby.
It's in Seattle, so at Lumen Field. They
Short,
changed their stadium.
short break too. Right off tough.
Both teams. Yeah, both teams are in the late window Sunday, so it's an even matchup. Yeah, Lumen Field, not CenturyLink Field anymore. They quickly changed that. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not know that. The more you know.
Little new sponsorship there.
Yeah. So I think you had Hawks money line.
Yeah, I took Hawks money line. I'm big on Seattle tonight.
I hope they have a
Big on
bounce back game.
Russ.
I'm just gonna ride. Hopefully DK shows up, gets 70 plus yards, tutty. You know how it is. And then I picked up Hyde off waivers to replace DJ Dallas because I'm expecting him to get a lot of handoffs tonight. So
Are you starting Hyde?
yeah, starting him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think he's going to get a decent workload. They might split with Collins, though, because Collins looked pretty good
Yeah, they like Collins.
Sunday. So,
As long as he gets over 50 yards rushing, I'll be happy.
yeah, I mean, Seattle's the favorite. But, I mean, this game is really, it's a toss-up. Obviously, the Cardinals coming off that huge Hail Mary last
A
minute
lot
pick.
of confidence coming in this week into this game. Hopkins is, after that catch, self-proclaimed best receiver in the league. He's shown he can make the big catches. So I don't know. I mean, Arizona is a tough team. The 6-3. It's a 6-3, 6-3 matchup. I mean, Kyler has almost looked unstoppable when he's scrambling. So we'll see what a struggling Seattle defense has to show tonight. But I think it's going to be a lot through the air. We'll see.
I think for both teams. Drake enjoyed, a decent. He had 100 yards on the ground last week, but with the reemergence of Hopkins after a couple quiet weeks, Christian Kirk's looked pretty solid. It's gonna be a lot of Kyler scrambling, doing his thing, making stuff happen. And then for Seattle, they're coming off two losses, so people are starting to question Russ, their offense. But I'm expecting a bounce back from them tonight. From DK especially, and even Russ because he hasn't looked great. like the past 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
So I'm riding with Seattle, baby. Seattle. Alrighty, moving on to Sunday. The Saints finally have a regular game. They play at 1 o'clock against the Atlanta Falcons, NFC South. Mentioned Kamara. So obviously, if Kamara, this is like worst case. I expect Kamara will play, but if he can't, Murray could be. He's going to see that workload, especially with Breeze out. So he'd be an RB2, high-end RB2.
This is going to be an interesting matchup here because Breeze is out. I had to drop him and pick up, or I didn't drop him, I benched him. Picked up Matty Ice, so I didn't even realize that.
Well, you got to start him, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I would.
The Saints, their bright spot has been Kamara. He's kind of carried them to a couple victories this year. He's been really good in fantasy, so we'll see. Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he can run. Jameis is going to need all the help he can get.
Yeah.
But I think a lot is going to be on Jameis. He still has a lot to work with. They want to get Michael Thomas more involved, so you want to see that. But it's going to be tough because Falcons have looked decent. Calvin Ridley, I don't know what his status is.
He was limited today, so he's probably going to play.
If he plays, that's big. Especially with Breeze out, it makes it that much more tougher of a game for the Saints D. But once again, it's one of those matchups where it's probably going to be a lot through the air, especially with Jameis. His history, he throws the ball deep and it's either caught or intercepted. So
yeah.
I think it's not that great of a Atlanta secondary. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting because Winston in Tampa, he didn't really have a guy like Kamara that can just do it all out of the backfield. So with him there, I would imagine it'd be a lot of check downs and design plays for Kamara. But I was watching their press conferences today, and one reporter asked Kamara they've noticed that Winston's velocity on the ball is a lot higher than Breeze's is, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I hope they let him air it out a little bit. See what happens. I think Taysom Hill is obviously going to be heavily involved. He'll do his.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're probably gonna
QB draws and shit. So
they're probably gonna get more of that into the mix, especially just if things aren't going so great with Jameis, they might throw some more Wildcat stuff.
Yeah.
See what Taysom Hill can do.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Just monitor Ridley's status. Obviously, if he plays, he's an easy wide receiver 1. Todd Gurley, Saints are a tough team to run on, so I can't picture him having. It's not a great matchup for him.
No, yeah.
So, but
he's looked good. But
he's still startable. But I don't think there's gonna be much production there.
Yeah, if he gets a touchdown, it's big. But
yeah.
So that's his deal breaker, I think, in this game.
And I'm definitely not betting this game. So.
Yeah, it's tough. I'd probably take the Saints money line. I want to have some confidence in Jameis, especially how good this team looked as of late. So you think either way they get it done, especially because the Falcons kind of live or die by Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
Yeah, should be a good one. Moving on, Eagles Browns from Cleveland. More rain in the forecast. What a surprise. I don't know. This game's kind of tough to peg. I can't really picture the Eagles having a great game here, but
especially with Sanders back, and he looked really explosive last week. That two-set backfield with Sanders, Boston Scott, I think they're going to do some damage. But on the other side of the ball, Kareem Hunt and Chubb, they're the better duo, I think. So
it's a dangerous duo, yeah.
1-2
punch.
2 average quarterbacks. People say, Baker's probably not even average. He's below average at this point.
You think? I think he's average. I think he's average.
He's right around average. But I mean, Wentz isn't doing so great doing that hot either this year. So it's like it's a weirdly even matchup, I feel like. Except,
Yeah,
Baker
I would
has
agree.
has Landry. And I think
Fulgham.
I like the Browns defense a little better too. So
Yeah. I
I think
see.
there's a slight edge.
Yeah, I see Miles Garrett's questionable. That would obviously be a huge loss if he can't go. I'm expecting Fulgham to have a little bounce back here. He only had one catch against the Giants. I don't know if Bradbury was on him in that game, but I think Fulgham has a little bit of a better game here. I think Jalen Reagor, as the weeks go on, I think he's going to get more involved. He's going to have some opportunity. Um, but yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I give the slight edge to Cleveland, and I would take their money line here.
Yeah, I agree. Money line. You just got to hope for the best for both sides of the ball. Like if you have Landry, you hope that Baker Mayfield's hitting his targets.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those days where you just kind of hope and pray that your top guys are getting targeted and things are happening because this could be either like a one of those
Yeah, it's a tall. Like, yeah, like it's. I mean, it's
13
could go either
set.
way.
Yeah,
Could be defensive, low scoring, especially with Rain there.
yeah,
But even normally, I think with Chubb healthy again, and that Chubb Hunt combo, that's gonna take away from Landry's opportunity. Rashard Higgins,
yeah,
Austin Hooper, Harrison Bryant. But I mean, when they're all healthy, I mean, it's one of the more like balanced offenses in the league.
for sure. For
So
sure.
they just got to find some
Just since they have
consistency.
that Brown stigma on over their heads, I feel like.
Sucking, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a black cloud. Yeah.
yeah,
Moving on to Washington football team against the Bengals. Um, Joe Burrow coming off a rough one against Pitt. Um, yeah, it was just rough for him. He was just taking shots left and right.
yeah.
Uh,
What do you expect? Anything less?
we mentioned it on the recap. Alex Smith for Washington came out through almost 400 yards. Um, another good setup for him here against the Bengals. It's a good matchup. Terry McLaurin could be. I have him fifth this week in my rankings, so I'm
Yeah,
expecting a huge day from him.
could have a big day.
He's like matchup proof, quarterback proof. Like doesn't matter. He's gonna
Yeah,
get
he's going to
his.
get his
Yeah.
regardless. But I think this could be one of those. Alex Smith is coming off a huge, like, slept on huge day just because he didn't put up that many fantasy points.
Mm-hmm.
So this could just be like shot for shot Burrow versus Smith.
This could be a high scoring game.
Yeah, especially because it's just like two really average teams and um,
Maybe
Burrow's
Washington.
a straight gamer. So
Yeah, maybe Washington has like a slight edge on the defensive side, but Burrow's gonna be pissed. Alex Smith still looking to prove that he belongs. So
yeah,
Mixon's questionable. I don't know like what his like true status is, but
I mean he didn't play last. They've been running with Bernard past couple
yeah,
weeks now.
Gio
So
Bernard's season. Tyler Boyd, always a guy you got to watch out for. AJ Green, I don't think I saw something. I don't think he's found the end zone yet this year. But he's still having a good year there with Burrow.
yeah, I mean I don't even know like I don't feel like Burrow has a typical guy that he goes to. He just gets it done.
He does, yeah, he does spread the ball around. Um, so yeah, I mean the past 2 weeks, AJ Green, 2 for 19 on 5 targets against Tennessee, and then no catches on 5 targets against Pitt. So maybe a little bounce back candidate there. I'm gonna take the Bengals in this one. I'm gonna go with Burrow.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
I'm
with
a
the
big Burrow
Bengals.
guy. I want to root for him a little bit this year. I think this is one that they could pull out. Especially Washington. Who'd they lose to?
Last week?
Yeah,
Oh, I forget.
it was a close game.
Detroit. They lost to Detroit.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's Super Bowl.
I feel like the Bengals are very similar to Detroit anyway. A little weaker in the run game, but
Yeah,
uh,
that's fair.
I think Burrow bounces back from a tough week and gets it done here.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on, those same Detroit Lions going to Charlotte to play the Panthers. No C-Mac in this one, so Mike Davis remains the RB1 for Carolina. Stafford has a partial tear in his throwing thumb, so keep an eye on that. They're still expecting. I think they're thinking he's going to play, which would definitely be interesting. I'm sure that would affect. I mean, the entire Lions offense, obviously.
Yeah, and they might not have Swift.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a shock if Swift could clear the protocol, but assuming they don't have Swift, Galladay didn't practice today. Banged up Lions team.
Really banged up. Wow.
Not looking good for Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be if Stafford doesn't play, whoever they have to go, and then it's looking like Hall, like Marvin Jones questionable. I don't know Galladay's status.
He's questionable, but he didn't practice today, so
They're hurting
fuck.
bad, bro. They're hurting bad. Um, and then Carolina, like, I mean, other than the second half last week, they've looked pretty damn good. So
Yeah, and I mean Sean said it, like they always look good in the first half, and then like they can't find that they can't like keep it going in the second half.
yeah, so I think this would be a good game. You know, get a little confidence boost back to end out the year. You know, Teddy's looking good. Mike Davis needs to have a bounce back game. But
Robbie Anderson too.
the wideouts, man, they've been playing really well. I mean, they struggled last week, the whole second half, so I'm not really too worried about it. But Robbie
Yeah, I
Anderson,
think. Yeah, sorry, I think all those guys are due for bounce backs like Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel,
exactly, yeah.
DJ Moore.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I would. What's the spread? Detroit minus 1.5. Oh, I'd take Carolina to cover.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I don't know how Detroit is favored. It has to, I don't know what Vegas is doing. Are they not watching the same games? I mean, Detroit had a big W last week, but
they may know something that we don't.
Well, yeah, they time travel.
They time travel, yeah.
Based off the past few performances, I'd have to go with Carolina to cover.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The still undefeated Steelers, 9-0, going into Jacksonville to play the 1-8 Jags. Jake Luton struggled in his second start. Therefore, DJ Chark struggled.
Yeah, they just couldn't really get anything.
Yeah, I mean James Robinson, he's questionable. He's their workhorse. But he's been limited this week, so he should be good to go. You know, Pittsburgh's just playing great football still. They're just dominating. You know, Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Juju, they're all balling out. I mean, maybe the only low point's James Conner, who hasn't been that efficient, but he's got a great opportunity here.
Yeah, I mean, Ben's getting it done through the air, and luckily he has, you know, Claypool coming into the offense, really asserting himself as one of the top targets. Johnson's having a hell of a year. He had a really good week last week. And then Juju's just doing his thing. He's still getting targeted. I think he's just picking up right where he left off and just growing upon every game that they play. You know, once again, like he catches the big catches for them. So, you know, it's just another one of those games that should be a Sunday stroll through the park for Pitt, especially because Luton, you know, he caught lightning in a bottle his first start. Last week he just struggled a lot to get anything going.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned their guy, Robinson, who has looked stellar this year. May not play, I guess. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it should be, you know, blindfold walkthrough for Roethlisberger and Pittsburgh.
Should be a little stroll through
Yes,
Jacksonville. Sir. Yeah, I mean, Friday is going to be the telltale. That's when you're going to find out, you know, the status of a lot of guys if they're going to carry a designation. But Robinson has been practicing somewhat, so that's a good sign. But, I mean, yeah, I'll take the Steelers here easily.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe alternate spread. Maybe take like minus 6.5, but
I think they could cover that at 10.5.
Probably, but I just, you know, a little safer of a bet.
Yeah. No, I hear you. All right, we got a good one here. Titans and Ravens. Both teams sitting at 6-3. Ravens coming off of that loss to New England, right?
New England, yeah.
Yep. Still haven't seen Dez get involved. I think he's still on the practice squad. But I mean, the Ravens don't really have any receivers. Like Marquise Brown's been a huge disappointment this year so far. You would think they'd want to just play. I mean, Dez, like, just see what he has at least. But it seems like they're hesitant to.
Once again, Lamar just is known like he can't throw the ball that well, and Brown had a hell of a year because people weren't able to figure out Jackson yet. He was running, and then luckily, Brown fast as hell. Just Lamar is throwing the ball up and he was catching deep ones. That's where his production came from. And this year, teams are finally learning how to defend it. So it's a lot harder for Baltimore to get any offensive production this year, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the passing game, I think I know they're one of the the worst passing offenses in the league. With Ingram back, that's kind of a bright spot for them. They run that three RB committee with Dobbins, Edwards, and Ingram. But, I mentioned it. Teams just know how to defend Baltimore now. They know how to beat them. So they're a little easier of a team to play.
And
Mark Gaines had a nice game, 7 for 61 against New England. So we can see that continuing.
With Ingram coming back too, it just fantasy-wise, we said it on Monday or Tuesday whenever we did our recap that the value in Edwards and Dobbins decreases even more too, which is kind of upsetting because they look really good before Ingram came back. So.
I mean, Edwards and Dobbins, they're both talented backs, but I mean, they don't when Ingram's in there, they don't even really bother with them. They just kind of, give them each their fair share. Derrick Henry against Indy went 19 for 103 on the ground. I think Baltimore's a tough run defense.
Yeah, I mean that's typical.
But
they stack the line. But once again, Derrick Henry's an absolute tank. So
he's a unit. Yeah,
he's gonna get. We said it. He's gonna get his yards. Is he gonna get in the end zone? Is he gonna get you those 6 points?
Yeah. I mean he doesn't have a touchdown in his past 2 games. I would expect him to get in here, find the end zone. I'll take Tennessee in this game.
This is so tough because Tennessee got routed by Indianapolis last week, and I think Baltimore is a better team than Indy, but Indy's defense is better.
Indy's solid.
And Phillip Rivers just turned back the clock last week, so
yeah, he looked like when he was prime Chargers.
I'm gonna have to go with Vegas. I'm gonna stay away from the spread. Take Baltimore money line. But I think this is gonna end up being a pretty damn good game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be really good. Should be a good battle. But I'm on that Tennessee train. Moving on, the Pats and the Texans from Houston. Houston lost to Cleveland in the ugliest football game ever. It was brutal. Watson couldn't really get anything going. I'd assume he bounces back here. Same for Duke Johnson. I don't know what David Johnson's status is.
No, I mean it's tough because they come off that whatever that game was, and then they're coming and playing New England, and this is a team that they study everything you do, like what TV shows you watch, what food you eat for breakfast. So
they document your life.
They literally know everything about you. So
Belichick's just spying on people.
I can't believe that Houston is 2-7. I expected so much more out of them. But once again, you expect them to bounce back, but it's low key a struggling Patriot team with still a tough defense. And then Cam, I guess, is starting to figure stuff out. So I agree. I want to see Houston. I'm a Patriot fan, but I want to see Houston bounce back. Deshaun get back to his normal thing, slicing and dicing teams out here because he's a beast.
Yeah. Will Fuller.
Will Fuller,
He had like 3 or 4 catches last week. He didn't really do
I love
much.
Will Fuller. That's a Notre Dame guy. So, you want to see it. And then
he went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then Duke Johnson coming in for David Johnson looked really good on the ground last week. They just couldn't get shit going. So it's going to be interesting. And then the Patriots can. I guess they need him to find the end zone once a game for them to win. And he has to run well. But you just never know with the offense. I mean, Myers is starting to shape up a little bit. They have that little chemistry going. So they have that going. But it's still a weird Rex Burkhead, they need him to get in the end zone for some reason. It's just New England's all over the place, I feel like. So
yeah. I mean, Cam's building up that chemistry with Myers, who's really the only option for them right now. I think N'Keal Harry's still hurt, right?
Yeah.
Edelman's still out. They're relying on Burkhead a little more, but I'd expect Myers' involvement to be big in this one. Cam on the ground, he's always a threat, especially like quarterback read options, like on the goal line and stuff. This is a tough game to call, man. I think I would take the Pats.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say keep rowing the boat.
Maybe do like Pats money line and then the over 48.5.
Yeah, I could see this being a pretty high scoring game. I'd like that. But I'd probably take New England here as well. Just keep on chugging, struggling Houston team, but I think it's gonna end up being a solid game as well.
I agree. I concur. Moving on. Drew Lock and the Broncos hosting the Miami Dolphins. I love what the Dolphins are doing, man.
The Dolphins are about to end this man's life.
I love what the Dolphins are doing.
They're about to
saying it.
Dig his grave and bury him like 20 feet under.
Salvin Ahmed looks great. Devontae Parker's a stud. Tua is a stud.
Their defense is just
balling
out. Especially Drew Lock. He's going to be in for a treat.
He has no idea what's waiting
they
for.
They got the darts in the locker room. They got Drew Lock's head. The defense just ping.
They're just licking their chops, waiting to face this team.
They cannot wait. Drew Lock coming off 4 turnovers last week.
Jerry Jeudy has been limited so far in practice this week. Keep an eye on that. He's been a bigger factor in the Denver offense for Drew Lock. Melvin Gordon hasn't looked great. He's kind of ass. Phillip Lindsay's looked more explosive than Gordon. But I really can't see Denver doing much against Miami, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, this Miami team, I don't know what happened, but they're a scary team to play now.
All 3 phases, offense, they're solid, but defense and even special teams, it's just through the roof right now. They have a ton of confidence. They're just rolling at 6-3. I take them easy in this game.
Yeah, Tua is looking really confident in the pocket, making good decisions. Devontae Parker's looking great. So you expect them to just, keep rolling through teams. Rely a little bit on the defense because Tua's, still figuring some stuff out. But he looks good.
Oh yeah, for sure. The biggest thing for me is his awareness in the pocket, when to escape, when to scramble, and stuff like that. His throwing on the run's pretty impressive, especially for such a young guy. Devontae last game against the Chargers, he only had 2 for 31. So he's another bounce back candidate. I would start him with confidence. I would have no problems with that. But yeah, I'm riding the fin.
Yeah, they've been a good bet the past couple of weeks, adding parlays and stuff as well.
Damn straight. You just gotta make sure the rest of the parlay hits,
Yeah.
which is the hard part.
Easy part's picking Miami.
Moving on, the next 4:05 game, Jets and Chargers. This is the game I said that the Jets might actually have a shot to win. Because after this, their schedule gets a lot harder. I don't know.
I'm calling it right now. Jets are gonna win their first game.
You said it. 6:47 on
You
November
want to know
19th.
why? What is that biblical story where the guy cuts his hair and like loses all of his powers? Or it's not a biblical story. It's like a cartoon, I think. Samus. I gotta look it up.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name though.
Cuts hair.
Oh, you're talking about Herbert's haircut? He looks like 14. He looked better with the long hair. He looked like more of a G.
Samson. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Samson, yeah.
cuts his hair and he loses all of his strength. And this might be, you look at Herbert, he got that lettuce. He was balling out. The guy's still a stud, but
he's gonna come out. He's gonna
he
struggle.
might lose because he got his damn haircut. What were you thinking, brother?
Come on, brother. What are you doing?
But
That's with the juju.
I mean, he looks really good. Keenan Allen's always getting involved. Not this week, but maybe next week. Big comeback, maybe. Austin Eckler, keep your eyes out. Keep your.
He's not playing this week, right?
No, but keep
your eyes and ears peeled.
Back.
Yeah, I mean the Jets. I mean they're coming off a bye. Jamison Crowder's healthy. Denzel Mims looks decent. Frank Gore looks okay. That other guy that they have, LaMichael Perine.
Yeah, Perine
they have. I mean, I could see I could see an upset here.
Telling you, man.
I would throw the Jets in a parlay. If you want to take their single money line. I mean, what are their odds? Plus 370.
Well, the spread's plus 9.5. I might just stick to the spread, but
I mean,
they could do it this week. They could do it this week.
Do that too. Take like the Jets to cover, and then take like fucking Darnold passing touchdowns or something. I don't know. Fucking do whatever you want.
Take freaking Herbert passing yards over.
No, he got a haircut, I thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like he might have a good game. They still can lose though.
I don't know. Keenan Allen's beast.
Listen, you heard it here first. You heard it damn here first. It might happen.
November 19th, Liam called it.
Justin
Keenan Allen's a stud.
Samson Herbert, whatever.
Justin Richard Sherp. Keenan Allen is the 7th ranked wide receiver in fantasy. He's having a tremendous year. So I have another great game here against the Jets. Great matchup. Mike Williams, I could see having a nice game as well.
Mr. Consistency himself.
I mean, if you want to start both of them, sure.
Why not? Against this Jet team?
But we're taking the Jets to win.
No, I'm taking Jets plus 9.5.
Against the Chargers. I'm taking their money line.
You better.
I'm putting in a parlay.
You to it.
I'm going to tweet it. I'll have evidence. All right, moving on. 425. Green Bay and Indy. This is a good game. Indy coming off a huge win against the Titans. They kind of smacked them around. The Packers are coming off. Who'd they play? The Jags. They edged out the Jags.
Yeah.
Adams didn't practice today. That's big news. We'll see what happens on Friday. Allen Lazard's been limited. So if Adams can't go, big game for Lazard. Maybe he had a huge game against New Orleans before he had his core muscle surgery. Very talented young receiver. Rodgers is going to need someone to throw to. So if Adams can't go, it'd be Lazard and Scantling, who's coming to life lately.
Yeah, Scantling, I mean, he's been targeted a lot. So the only thing with me, I mean, they're playing a good Indianapolis Colts team. And I said it. I think Green Bay tends to play down to their competition. So I mean, this would be play up to your competition because it's a better team than Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Um, but it definitely would hurt if Adams doesn't play. Hopefully, Aaron Jones could get something going. It's a really tough Indianapolis Colt D, so it's gonna be a tough matchup for Rodgers and Green Bay to get anything going. But then you got to hope that your defense can kind of stick it out too. Philip Rivers coming off a big game last week, routing Tennessee. Surprisingly, I did not expect them to do that at all.
Me
So
neither.
you kind of hope Rivers, does Pittman continue to stand
Yeah, I
out?
was gonna say I like Pittman in this matchup. Green Bay's their secondary is soft. He's coming off a 100-yard game against Tennessee. Um, hasn't found the end zone yet this year. I could see him with some nice yardage and a tuggy in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean it's up to Rivers too. He has to play like he did obviously against Tennessee. He has to be throwing the ball well, but
and then
their
once again,
backfield's fucked up.
yeah, you don't know what you don't know what the hell's going on with that backfield, but their offensive line is just stupid. So you expect the run game to produce. This is going to be a battle, I think.
I might go Colts money line.
Yeah, you like to ride the Colts a lot this year, and I never bet. I don't think I've taken the Colts when we've taken the Colts because I'm going Green Bay again. Um,
You're taking Green Bay?
Green Bay. Come on, it's Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Uh-huh.
Green Bay plus 105. Why not? I don't think
Should
it's
be a
like
good game.
weird. I know Indianapolis is a good team, but I just don't know. I don't know. I like Green Bay.
All right. I respect it. Moving on, Cowboys Vikings from Minnesota. Vikings are playing much better. They're on a three. Yeah, they started 1-5. They're on a 3-game win streak. They have Dalvin Cook back. Just you know, tearing up defenses.
And yeah,
He's probably gonna have a monster game here. He had a little bit of a quiet game against Chicago. Chicago's front played really well.
I don't want to talk about that game. I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
that game kind of sucked.
But you
Um,
expect Dalvin to just bounce back and destroy this. His
Jefferson
game
coming off a
is gonna be
huge
helpful.
game. Expect him to be involved. Thielen caught 2 touchdowns. Expect him to be involved. Their offense is much more balanced when Dalvin's in the lineup. And then on the Dallas side of things, they're still reeling without Dak. You know, I know a lot of people were selling Zeke. They just gave up on Zeke. That dude just fell off tremendously.
It's actually crazy because he's a stud and
Yeah, he's super talented, but I mean, he's just. I think it's more. I think the whole team just lacks confidence without Dak, and it's like it just really shows.
yeah, I mean, I think Dak is still, well, he's not top, but he had over 1,800 yards this year, and he's probably still top 20 in
Who?
passing. Dak,
Oh yeah,
that's ridiculous. Imagine he played the last couple weeks. He probably might be an MVP frontrunner.
yeah. I mean, Dallas coming off a bye, but the last 3 weeks, Zeke 6.1, 8.3, 8.9 fantasy points. Um, I think Dalton's coming back, isn't he?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
I think
I don't
Dalton
know.
might be starting.
That would be a little pick me up, I guess, but he didn't even look that good when he played, so
They're taking Dalton day by day. Uh, expected to start in week 11. Dalton was good when he was on Cincy. Um, so maybe like give a little boost to Cooper Lamb and Gallup, but take Minnesota here.
yeah. I think just it continues to be the Dalvin Cook show. Picks up right where he left off prior to Chicago and buries this struggling Cowboys team.
Puts the knife in him.
Probably
The
take him.
dagger.
I'd probably take him -7,
The
honestly.
dagger. And then the Sunday night game. Great matchup, Chiefs and Raiders. I don't know if you saw what Kelsey said, but apparently I saw that after the first meeting between them at Arrowhead, the Raiders were doing like a victory lap and their buses were like driving around Arrowhead. I guess to like rub it in their face. And then Kelsey said, it might have been yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, like everyone's treating this game like it's their Super Bowl."
Yeah.
So a little bit of animosity there.
Night night Vegas.
Get the popcorn ready.
Night night.
I mean, if Kelsey's coming out saying that fucking pregame, expect a crazy fucking stat line from that dude.
He's gonna be like, "Get me the damn ball."
They're in a dome. Chiefs love to pass. I mean, it's set up for the Chiefs to just come out and fucking be as explosive as they always are.
Early celebration, Raiders, blah blah blah. They once again fight their asses off on both ends of the ball.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, they're a super tough team.
It's not going to be.
Talented.
It can be kind of a pushover game, walkthrough, but I think Vegas.
Oh, it's not gonna be a pushover now.
Plays them as well as they can.
Yeah. Yep. Josh Jacobs coming off a great game against Denver, with 2 touchdowns, 112 on the ground. He's a great play this week. Darren Waller had a bit of a quiet week. Could be a bounce back for him.
Yeah. I mean, Carr likes to throw to him, so it's just one of those games. He's fine. Pick up.
Yeah. On the Chiefs side of things, you got Edwards-Helaire, you got Lev Bell, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Kelsey, you got Demarcus Robinson, you have McCole Hardman. It's just a great Pat Mahomes, obviously.
They're coming off a bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it literally has felt like I haven't seen the Kansas City play in a month. Feels like. So I'm sure they're itching to get back up.
I love that. I mean, I love that this is prime time because I really want to watch this game. I love watching the Chiefs play. I think it's gonna be a really great game. But I think especially with the Chiefs coming off a bye, I think they're gonna come in and I think they're gonna execute and they're gonna get the win.
Yeah, I mean, I've been touting the Raiders all year. This is just a tough matchup for them. They just got to play their hearts out, play their best. But I don't think they get it done. Move on to the next game because.
Just like
put it in the back of the noggin and move on after it,
So like in Madden, you just like sim the game, move on.
Yeah, exactly. Just get it done with. But it's going to be a good game and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And then the Monday night game to end the week, Rams and Bucks. Rams are 6-3, but we mentioned on the recap that they haven't really played anyone. Their wins haven't really been against anyone that's that great.
6-3, what the?
The Bucks coming off a thrashing win over the Panthers. Brady looked good again. Rojo looked great. Evans looked good. Godwin looked good. Brown looked good. This is another balanced offense. One of the more balanced offenses in the league, in the Bucks. I like all Tampa plays this week. Godwin's a good play. Evans is a good play. Rojo's a good play.
Coming off a big week, 98-yarder, a lot of confidence. Fournette might keep taking a little backseat to Jones because he's been playing well. So
Brady's 6th-ranked fantasy quarterback this year. I didn't think he'd be this good, to be honest. Like with the Bucks, like.
What do you expect, brother? It's Tom Brady.
Oh my God, give me a break, dude.
You know how to say something.
And then, on the Rams side, you got Henderson, tough runner. Their offense is kind of all over the place. They're kind of hard to judge. They always do something different each week.
Yeah. They're very hit or miss.
Yeah, you got Kupp and Woods, both explosive receivers. Tampa's a tough defense. I'm going to go Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa. Cover the spread. I don't really think LA's a 6-3 team at all.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Bucks coming off a little
frauds.
third of game, so
they're frauds.
I don't know. I mean, I've been wrong a lot this year, so we'll see.
I hate the Rams. And then the buys this week: Bills, Bears, Giants, Niners. That is your Week 11 preview show.
I'm trying to catch a dub, brother.
It's playing Sean.
I need a dub. My dude, half my team's banged up.
We all need a dub because it's such a tight division, man. I mean, I think I might sneak in a sixth if I get a dub and you lose.
I ain't losing.
Or I think we might be tied and you'd be up on me on points.
My team's just explosive, scores a lot of points, you know.
Okay, shut up.
Dude, I'm up on you by 200. You're not taking the 6th seed from me, bro. I'm in the 5th seed now. So you have to worry about Sean.
We'll have to beat Sean.
Oh, you're playing Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a huge matchup. I'm playing Romeo. A lot of big matchups this week. If Adams doesn't play, that'd be sick because then I play.
I need you to win then. I guess I need you to lose because Romeo's gonna be in the playoffs.
If Adams doesn't play, fire up Lazard. Wide receiver 2 in fantasy.
I don't know. It's gonna be hopefully a more exciting week. I feel like last week was pretty slow.
Oh well, yeah. Like in general, yeah. There are a lot of slow games. But this week's got a lot of potential. So we'll see.
Good luck, everybody.
Just gotta wait and see. Yeah, good luck. Like we said, pushing toward the playoffs. We're gonna do a playoff preview. At some point, we'll announce that once we plan it and everything. My rankings are up on the site. You can check those out. RollTheDiceFantasy.com. Keep an eye on the socials, as always, at RTD Fantasy. And then me and your social, we're always tweeting and shit. So
yeah, I mean, Twitter is our outlet, so keep your eyes peeled. We post everything there. Share your bets. People have been doing it. We love to see it. We retweet them. We like them. We tail them.
Sir.
We do everything. So
we're tailing. We're betting. Screaming, yelling. Doing everything.
We're waiting to hit some stupid bet, but
still waiting. All right. As always, thank you for watching. And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.